guys, it's Jenna. We had a 28-week ultrasound this morning and I wanted to share with you how it went and then how the morning went and just the outcome. I know that for those of you who have been following us, we have been trying to keep an eye on this baby for their possible PRS. And as you know, if you've had an ultrasound, really, it's not foolproof. Like, the baby could still come out and have issues, but for Ava's case, we were able to see her small chin on the ultrasound, which gave us a pretty good indicator that she did have Bam sequence. And so that's kind of what we've been looking for in this current pregnancy. So to kind of catch you up, because I know I don't do weekly updates, I have been doing well overall with the pregnancy. I am, let's see, in my third trimester now, which is crazy. There's only a couple months left. And this 28-week ultrasound had been planned as a follow-up to the last one, to just kind of keep an eye on things and kind of keep trying to take a look at the chin and at the palate to see if there was any issues that would come up. So to be honest, because we had a fairly positive, as far as we could tell, results from last time, I have been intentionally trying not to think about possible downsides, just because with the pregnancy with Ava, I spent so much time being scared and sad and worried, and I really wanted to be able to enjoy this pregnancy as best you can during pregnancy. So I hadn't thought too much about oh well, what if they find something, until I got to the ultrasound place this morning. I had kind of a crazy morning with Ava. She's been a little fussier lately, and that's not like her, and so kind of getting from place to place has been a little harder. So I think she might have a cold or something, or it could just be toddler stage where she knows what she wants and she can't always get what she wants, therefore she cries. you know, but anyway, neither here or there. It was a crazy morning. I was rushing to get to the appointment. Dan was going to meet us there so that someone could hold Ava and take care of Ava while I was having the ultrasound done. And I was just rushing and just trying to get there, and I didn't really have much time to think about it till I got there, and then made a pit stop before we started and had the time, as I was washing my hands, to go oh no, what if this isn't good results? What if they find something? And in that moment I was worried and scared, but at the same time I didn't have much time to spend with those thoughts, because it was time to go to the ultrasound and have it done. And so went in there, and you know, as what happens with ultrasound sometimes, the baby wasn't really cooperating. And what I mean by that is she's currently in a breech position where her feet are up above her head and her hands are by her face. So we were able to get most of the measurements, but the thing that we really wanted to see, which is her chin, was taking a really long time. And you know, I was optimistic because we had positive viewing earlier on in the pregnancy, and I was hopeful, and so I wasn't worried just yet. I was okay, we can hopefully see it. And along the way I felt I kept getting glimpses of chins that looked good. But it's also really hard if you're only comparing it against a PRS baby, because I knew that Ava's chin was super small, so I knew that, and I knew what that looked like, but I haven't had a healthy pregnancy or anything else to compare it against other than my friends' ultrasounds. And to be honest, sometimes I see theirs and I go, oh, is that chin small? Should I say something? Is that But it's hard because some chins are just naturally small, some grow in, and some, just because they're slightly small does not mean that they are going to have the breathing or feeding difficulties that a full PRS diagnosis would have. So I also was kind of like, I don't know what counts as good enough on the ultrasound. Like, what's a good chin? You know, like, I think I know, but I don't know. Is that angle small? Do I need to be concerned? Are they hiding their chin or like tucking their chin to their chest because they're all curled up in there? Do I need to be worried? And that kind of thing. So it, of course, took a long time because she had all her feet and hands by her face, and every time I thought we were going to get to see the chin, the angle wasn't right, or she was just kind of hiding in there. And this baby, by the way, feels completely different than Ava in ultrasounds anyway, so it'll be interesting to see personality when they come out, or when this girl comes out, because Ava, I swear to you, would like dance on ultrasounds and like wave, and like as soon as she knew we were watching her, she would kind of put on a show, which is kind of the exact temperament and things that she does outside of the womb. So she's been Ava this whole time. Anyway, so the ultrasound just kind of depends how long it takes to get the shots they need. We ended up there almost an hour and a half, and I'm so grateful for the tech because she got us orange juice to try to get some sugar in the baby to hopefully get the baby to move. She let me go on one side and wait for a little bit, and then the other side and wait for a little bit to kind of coax the baby into moving, until finally at the end we were able to see the chin. And at first it was just kind of peeks through the hands and peeks through the feet, but we could see it. And like, there was just this feeling of like relaxing and like joy at the same time, and like just happiness, because the chin looks so good, you guys. Like, it's so pretty. And I never thought you know, that's something you never thought you'd say. Like, because in general, you don't point to a chin and say, oh, that's a beautiful chin you got there. It's just one of the things we accept, that it's part of a face. You know, like, you're not especially like, oh, nice chin there. But I kept seeing this baby's chin and being like, that is amazing. It's so pretty. There's only certain moments where she would kind of tilt her chin up enough for us to see her full face. But we definitely got to see it. It is looking really good, you guys. We haven't gotten to talk to the doctor about it yet. It was just the ultrasound and then the tech doing the ultrasound, but like so far it looks really good. And I think I'm to the point where I'm ready to like let myself be like, okay, this baby is healthy so far. Like, it doesn't exclude all of the other regular risks with pregnancy and other complications, but I think we are out of the woods with the Puroban risk, and that is a huge, huge, huge weight off my shoulders. And I think I said this in other vlogs where it's like, if it had happened, we would have dealt with it. We would have, of course, loved the baby either way. But to this idea that at least that path is not the one we're taking is really nice to know. Like, anything could still happen. There could still be complications from something else. You know, like, if birth goes funny and you end up needing a C-section instead of a vaginal birth, or if it's a long birth and then they ingest meconium and you have to go in the NICU, or if the baby comes early, like, there's a lot of other complications that could happen. But for right now, at least no PRS from what we can tell. It's always the asterisk, isn't it? It's like, you can never 100% say until the baby's out, but okay. Whew. Okay, guys. Like, And she's so cute. She has my little nose, and Ava has the same. Like, we got this little like swoop nose. It's so cute. Especially on a baby. Like, my nose is what it is, but like on kiddos and babies, I think it is the cutest. So before we go, I'm going to show you my baby bump because I want to really make sure I'm documenting this, as it is probably my last pregnancy. And I also like to just be able to look back and be like, oh my God, my stomach was that big. Because, you know, once you haven't been pregnant for a while, you kind of forget that that's how it is. So here's my belly. Alright guys, I'll see you next week, and hopefully it will be something more Christmassy. Depends what kind of footage I get. Or it will be good news because Ava is very close to walking. One of these upcoming vlogs, I'll be able to be like, she can walk now. She's trying so hard, guys. I'll fill you in later, but like, cross your fingers. Bye.